Hi there, welcome. It's post-punk Pearl's time, and it's been a while. It's been a long time since I did the last one. I don't even know when it was, but it's a couple of months back. And it's not that I didn't want to do a post-punk Pearl video. You guys, a lot of you have asked, when's the new one coming out? And well, couldn't decide on which record to pick, and yeah, I finally did manage to pick an album that I think is obscure enough but good enough for me to sort of plug it in this series of videos. While I was at it, I also picked another album which I'll be posting later this week. Just before Christmas I'll post that, because it's a Christmas themed post-punk Pearl video. Yeah, it's been a while, and for those who were craving some post-punk music, I apologize. Hopefully next year things will be a little bit quicker, but we'll see. Anyway, the album in question is an album by a Dutch band, a Dutch post-punk band that is, well, not that, well known. Not that Dutch post-punk bands are well known, but for those who kind of know about post-punk and sort of collect it, there's a couple of bands that are well known. Derek's mentioned a whole bunch of them: the Mini Pops, Nusmuck, Mekanik, the Diff, even Clan of Synox. Those are post-punk / new wave bands that are well known, or averagely known. The one that I have is a band that I don't know much about, besides where they're from, which is the sort of southeast part of Holland. They're from a town called Nijmegen. And basically my information just sort of stops there. Don't know much about this band. The band in question is Mekanik Kommando. This is their album from 1982 called Snake is Queen, and it's released on it's actually a Dutch label, or German label, which is a subsidiary of EMI. It's this label. This is the Dutch language version. Officially it's called Wereld, Rekord. This is Wereld, Record, and well, basically it all translates to world record. It's a pretty good label. There's not a lot of stuff I have from that label, but this is probably the only post-punk album I have from that label. It's how can I describe it? It's different. Different in the way that a lot of Dutch post-punk is different from British post-punk, where British post-punk sort of became copycats of Joy Division. A lot of bands tried to copy the sound of Joy Division. In Holland, it didn't really catch on. There's a couple of bands that do have the Joy Division sound. One of the more known ones is The Gentry, which I'll probably do a post-punk Pearls video on in the future. When that will be, I don't know. But a lot of the sound that the post-punk bands that I mentioned have in common is that they're like to experiment with new sounds, be it electronic sound or maybe even jazz sounds. This is another one of those bands. Mekanik Kommando takes an electronic approach to the post-punk scene, at times becoming very repetitive. The synth melody just goes on and on like a helicopter blade, just returns, and it's hypnotic, it's angular, it's just trance-inducing music, even though it at times is kind of wild. It's heavy on the funky bass, but not the funky bass that you know from bands like Liquid Liquid or Medium Medium. It has a funky edge, but it's not, you know, punk funk, if you will. Yeah, what else can I say about this band? It's not a lot, like I said, there's not a lot I know about this band. So I think I will keep it short and probably do a longer Post-Punk Pearls video for the next record, which will be probably Friday. I'm going to end off with a little track from this album, and I'll let you decide whether or not you think this is a good album. I love it. It's not my favorite Dutch post-punk album, but I do love this. This has a great sound. So there you are. Take care, and I'll be seeing you soon. Peace.